Hello, and welcome back to the Thursday live stream here at Joe Daddy's Garage. I hope you all are having a good week and are looking forward to a good weekend. I'm trying to get stuff done, not necessarily in the garage, though. I've been having some other stuff that I've had to deal with this week, and so it's distracted me and pulled me away from doing stuff in the garage. But I'm trying to get other things taken care of. So, anyway. It is Thursday, and we do these live streams on Monday nights at 7 and Thursdays at 3. And we try to talk about classic cars, Mustangs, Camaros, Mopars, Studebakers, Whippets, whatever happens to come to mind, and enjoy the conversations. Now, we also ask if you're participating to, if you have a question about your car or an idea, by all means, share it. Usually I can give a good answer. If not, the people over there in the chat box have good answers. And if somebody gives a good answer, whether it's me or them, you get a bell. So, and along with that, we also give various bells for other things, depending on what the mood is. But let me start off by seeing who's here. And right now, right off the top, we have Greg from Greg's Workshop in Australia. So get first Greg bell. How about that? Jerry showing up from Middle Tennessee. Oh, hold on. Jerry showing up from the Money Pit in Middle Tennessee. Glad you're here. And I will, again, I'm still struggling with the Wi-Fi deal on this laptop. Bear with me. If it fades away, it'll come back. It's just doing this weird kind of thing. Terry Keithley checking in. Good afternoon. Hit the like button, folks. Yes, thank you, Terry. Kuderlev, good afternoon to all Barry's Brigade. That's different. Barry's Brigade. I like that. Give you a bell for that, Cooter. Boogie Bomb checking in from Nashville. See if it'll show up on the screen here. Come on. This thing is driving me crazy. All right. Boogie Bomb from Nashville. David and Cheryl. Hello, everyone. We're both here, so it's a David and Cheryl Bell. Wally, that's our only Wally, so I'll give him a Wally Bell. I'm feeling generous today. Wally says, hey, everyone, too hot to work outside, staying inside with the AC, ceiling strapped building booth. Okay, so he's building his paint booth. Awesome. Nick is checking in. Glad you're here, Nick. And Iron Horse Garage. I'm also glad you are here. Let me start off by telling you something I tried today. Uncar related. I'm just going to share this with you because sometimes I experiment with things. Not in the garage. Sometimes in the kitchen. If you see my other videos on my Joe Daddy's Workshop, I actually have a video on there where I made like McDonald's Egg McMuffins, my own version of it. I saw this video on TikTok today, or the other day. And, I had to try it. The video showed somebody making what they called ice cream bread. If you've not heard of this is going to be something new for you to see. Ice cream bread. Let me tell you, I haven't tried it yet. I made ice cream bread today. Ice cream bread. It looks pretty good. I have not tried this. I have not tried it. I don't know if I'm going to eat in front of everybody or not. But I wanted to make it for my wife as an experiment. Ice cream bread. Literally, this took a half a pint of ice cream and a cup and a half of self-rising flour, and that was it. You mix it all together, put it in the oven at 350 for 45 minutes, and you get this bread. This is chocolate chip cookie dough. Okay. I just had to share that. I'm like, how easy could it be? How much easier could it be to make something? 2 ingredients, ice cream and self-rising flour. So anyway, just sharing that with you. James checking in. Glad you're here. Phil checking in from California. Hi, all. I am glad you're here, Phil. I hope that you're not on fire. I know out in California, right? California, it's always on fire. So, okay. Iron Horse says take a bite. Let me see here. Now, I'm just going to, I'll just see. Eh, not bad. Not bad. It's kind of dense, but it's not bad. Will it go good with coffee? Yes, it will. Will my wife like it? Maybe. Terry Barry shows how to make gobs. Yeah, my wife has a recipe. She does. It's a family recipe. But yeah, I should put something out there so people can make their own gobs. Ricard, Ricard here putting on an exhaust system this weekend, and then time to fire it up after 2 years of working on the Mach 1. Cool. That's good to hear, Ricard. Good to hear. Iron Horse, haha, yeah. I mean, you can't expect a lot out of it. Now, I don't know if you could add something else to this, but hey, I would say that if you're a bachelor, and you need some sort of a go-to little snack cake, that would probably work. Alan, still enjoying that retirement. I think I am. I think I am. That's a good question. It's still feels somewhat transitional at this point. I mean, it's been a full year of retirement as of August 1st, I guess. It has been a full year of so-called retirement. But I also had taken off voluntary furlough in, what was it, May? So it's really been 15 months that I've left the job that, paid me. Yeah, it is great. It is great. Yeah, and I'm trying to, um, I'm just, still doing my thing, being in the garage, fixing stuff, working on things. Yeah, I don't regret it. I don't regret it. James, making Detroit style Coney Island chili for chili dogs. Can't find a decent Coney Island in Georgia unless I go to the Varsity in Atlanta. Yeah, I'd rather have yours, James. I would rather have yours, I think. I'm not a fan of the Varsity. I'm not a fan. Now, a lot of people they love the Varsity. I'm really not that much of a fan. I mean, the food tastes okay. It's an experience to go up there and have them yell at you. What do you have? What do you have? What do you have? All that. I think what's the what do they make? Some sort of an orange drink of some sort. But I would probably rather have your Coney Island chili dogs than the ones at the Varsity. I'm just saying. I know it's. I think they obviously don't use the most expensive ingredients. I usually leave there with a indigestion and yeah. But I'm a fan of hot dogs. I'm a fan of chili dogs. I will say that. Iron Horse looks like the Mustang is coming along great, other than the fitment of substandard parts. Yeah, that's always the case. That's always the case. Um, in fact, I put out the video yesterday of the trunk lock and door locks and the ignition tumbler, and then I started looking at doing I was going to do the video today, or edit and post the video today on the back glass, but I think I'm going to post that one tomorrow because I'm doing a live stream today. Well, what I did post on my other channel, my Joe Daddy's Workshop channel, is a video that my wife and I worked on our camper this past weekend when we were at the lake. And so I got her to help me. We put up some metal panels. Our camper is covered by a giant 40-foot long carport. And it was part of the package when we bought the camper. So we wanted to add more panels to it. So anyway, I bought some materials and we put up 2 full rows of panels to block out the sun, because even though it has a carport covers the top of the camper, the sun comes in on the sides and it just bakes inside there. So we modified it. And my wife helped me, which she was a great helper. She did an excellent job. Crash Rider, good afternoon from a hot and humid southern Indiana. Yeah, that's how it is here in Georgia, too. It is hot and humid. James, if you do a road trip around the Chattanooga, North Georgia area, stop by for a Coney dog and see my 67 Mustang progress. If I am up that way, by golly, I will. I definitely will. I need to make a road trip anyway. I do. Maybe I'll make a dual stop road. I think Marshall is up that way somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where Marshall is. Tripp, I think, is somewhere north in Atlanta. So maybe I just need to do a road trip and stop by like 3 places in Georgia that have to see people that have their projects and stuff like that. Because I'd like to see other people's stuff going on. I really do. Iron Horse, hot everywhere, I think, even here in Idaho. Wow. Okay. If it's hot in Idaho, it's hot, I would say. That's what my mind tells me anyway. But I'll tell you what else I had going on, because it just, again, these are just thoughts that are coming to my head. But yeah, what day is today? Today's Thursday, so Tuesday. I did a bunch of things around the house. That's it's taken up a lot of this week, is taking care of stuff around the house, because I can't work on the car all the time. There's other things I have to do. I have to mow the yard, have to trim the weed eat, have to mail stuff, which I did. I mailed out some packages. So Brian should be getting his hat, and Nick should be getting his hat soon. And there's another hat went out, and then somebody else ordered some stickers from me. So I had to mail those out, and just, a variety of things. Well, I was leaving, trying to leave to go mail stuff. And I checked my mail before I left, and I noticed I put in a new mailbox like 2 years ago. Literally a new post, a new mailbox. And let me tell you, pressure treated wood is not the same today as it was 15 years ago or 10 years ago, whatever it was. Apparently they changed the formula, because I have posts outside that have been here since we moved here 30 years ago, and they are still intact. That mailbox post, I checked the mail and I noticed it looked like the box was leaning just a little tiny bit. Didn't think much of it. I left. I came home. The mailbox is laying in the road. I'm like, oh man, somebody hit my mailbox. Somebody knocked over my mailbox. I go to look at it. No, the wood had rotted off. The wood had rotted above the concrete and into the concrete that it was staked in. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is only 2 years old. And it literally was crumbling in my fingers. So that was another thing I had to take care of. So I had to dig up. I didn't dig out the concrete. I dug out the post. I got the post out of the concrete. And then I went on a scavenger hunt. And let me tell you, I went to this local scrap metal place here in our town, because you never know. You never know what you're going to run into. Let me see if I have a picture of this that I can show you on my phone. I went in there just looking around, just seeing what's here. What can I make a post out of? Because I did not want to use the wooden post again. Yeah, so here we go. Check this out. You see that? I was just wandering through the scrap metal place, and I see this thing. This is aluminum extrusion, 1/4 inch thick square, 2-inch square tubing. Oh, well, here, I'll show you. In fact, so you look at it, see there's like a leg at the bottom of it. I cut that off. Look how thick that thing is. You know what? Let me tell you. It turned out to be the same length as my mailbox. This was like the find as far as the mailbox goes. So I put it back in the ground. I know it's hard to see that, but I put it back in the ground and I reset up my mailbox. It was like the perfect thing. I couldn't believe that I found that. And everybody, had seen it so far. They're like, wow, that's a great, modification. Yeah. Compared to that, a wooden post that literally just rotted away after two and a half years, maybe. Now, and I used the existing hole too. I got some concrete, put it in the hole, sunk that thing in there, mixed it up, squared it up, done. But again, things like that take up time. Let's see, 68 Stang. This is Reese, right? Hey, Barry, just got my permit and got to drive my car. Goes pretty good, but definitely needs some disc brakes. Well, it may not. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to upgrade. But you're probably used to disc brakes or not know how the drum brakes really feel. So that is a different sensation. Crash Rider, would the road trip be a video? Yeah, it could. I could do that. I could definitely do a video. Jerry, a quick update on the 66 new I Did It and E-Pass new aluminum radiator with electric fan and ordered the vintage air bodywork is about 90% complete. Good to hear, Jerry. Good to hear. So you're going to have the electric power steering, right? That's what that E-Pass is, I believe. James, it's been average temperature this year. Usually my lawn is dry and brown by this time, but getting rain at least twice a week. I had to cut my grass much more and super green. Yep, mine is too. That's another thing I had to do. I had to cut the grass yesterday. Let's see. James, North Georgia, Iron Horse, been near 100 and over here for 3 months. Ridiculous. Been near 100 and over in Idaho? Is that what you said? Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy for Idaho. Glad I don't live there. At least not today. Dave Conville checking in. Glad you're here, Dave. I've already given away the Dave Bell, though. You missed it. I've been looking at some other stuff, and this is just related to the cars, trucks, stuff we need to fix, that's coming and going in and out of our shops and whatever. I saw a video earlier today, and it was pretty distressing when it comes down to it. It was a guy at a heavy diesel truck mechanic. And with everything the way it is right now, and we have to think about this stuff, they can't get parts. Their truck lot is a giant parking lot of semi trucks and big haulers because they can't get parts. Something worth thinking about. We've talked about it before, where the ordering parts for these cars has become an issue. But when it becomes something where you're losing or you can't get parts for semi trucks, we're talking about the lifeline of this country is semi trucks. That's scary. That's scary. That means there's something, that's really bad. That's really bad. So it's just something to think about. Just something to think about. We got to try to, be prepared for stuff, right? Jack checking in. Here, Jack. I don't own any money, but I have the OG bunny car, the Barracuda. Yeah. That's close enough. Jack, well, when you're coming to New York, well, that depends. That depends. That depends. If there's something that makes me come out there with a trailer, then that may be happening sooner or later. We'll have to get some more information on that. Let's see. Just a big potatoes in Idaho. Yeah. That's pre-making in the fields. So anyway, um, just and here's another thing. And I don't know how it is where in Georgia we have fire ants. We have fire ants everywhere, but we also have these little, I'll say, sugar ants. You have sugar ants everywhere, like the little tiny black ants. They can't do anything to you, but boy, do they love sugar, crackers, anything that's not in a plastic Ziploc bag. Is everybody else getting these things like crazy? Because we are just getting overrun with these little sugar ants. Um, I've gone, we had around our kitchen window, I did like 3 days in a row of trying to kill and treat and seal up gaps and stuff. And last night, my wife and I were watching TV, and I felt a couple little ants on me, and I'm like, what? How am I getting these ants? So we went out and we started looking around the kitchen. We couldn't see anything. And those little things were sneaking out the window or up the window panel or track and coming across the up by the molding and had gotten into our pantry. And my wife, I will say, she hangs on to these little packs of whatever. Could be chocolate, could be who knows. Well, she had something in there that was in a box, some sort of, I don't even know what it was, something sugar. And that whole drawer was just overrun. That whole box was full of those things, trying to get all that sugar out of that box. So 11 o'clock at night, we are pulling the pantry apart, spraying stuff, trying to get rid of these things. Never fun. Iron Horse says no ants. Well, you're lucky. Because I'll tell you, in Georgia, like if you went out my front yard and you walked around, you'll probably count at least 50 fire ant mounds, and I treat them and I kill them and they come right back. But you have those, and then have these little black sugar ants that get everywhere. They just get into everything. James, yes, me too. Everything in Ziplocs. Yep. Rick Stevenson checking in. Glad to hear Rick. James, open new bag of sugar and filled with ants. Never happened before. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. And I don't think they can, you know, necessarily chew through stuff, but they were getting into all kinds of stuff we had in the pantry. They haven't had ants in the 22 years I've been in the house, but have them this year. Same little sugar ants. I can't find anything that they're being drawn to. You'd be surprised. I mean, they'll go after anything. We had our like a bin for our cat food and stuff. They had gotten into that. They'll go after crackers. I mean, anything. So, and I'm gonna let you know a little secret. Don't tell my wife. Don't tell my wife. This morning, and I'll know if she's watching this right now because this morning in the house, about this long, was a snake. But that little baby snake. It was one of the a black snake with the ring on its neck, little racers, and an orange belly. How he got in there, I don't know. But he was small enough that he could probably fit through whatever tiny little space he found. My wife, she's not a fan of snakes. I don't mind snakes. I now if it's a copperhead or something like that, it's gone. I'm going to kill that thing. But garter snakes, black snakes, king snakes, I'm okay with all those. Then this little guy, he was about that long. He's on a hardwood floor and he's just kind of like swirling because he couldn't move. I was like, how did you get in the house? How did you get in the house? So I picked him up, took him outside. So I don't know how he got in there. Gooder, I recently discovered that the cleaner Simple Green kills the little black ants almost better than ant spray. It's what I use exclusively. Well, there you go. We've used a variety of things. I have some spray that it's indoor-outdoor ant barrier stuff, and it's supposed to last 12 months. And I probably haven't sprayed in the house in over a year, 2 years, but I have found that stuff works. I go around the border and get the perimeter of the house. I go outside and it helps, but man, it goes crazy. Iron Horse turned some geckos loose. They love ants. Whoa, well, I guess we'd have to get geckos then. James, neighbor suggested the rain is washing out any hills and the ants are more active. Don't know if true. Well, yeah, that could be, but I know that the fire ants, they stay out in the yard, but the sugar ants, they seek structure. It seems like they go for structure. Crash Shutter, we have had an overabundance of ants too. No snakes though. Yeah. Well, normally we don't have it. We don't have any snake issues, but I caught a little racer, a little black, one of these black ringneck racers. I don't know what the real name is of them. I know it's what I call them. I'd caught it outside last week, and yeah, one of these little guys got the little orange or yellow band around its neck. This might have been the same one. Maybe he came back to see me. Yeah, you can just see. Anyway, yeah, there's a better shot. Little guys. But anyway, this one I caught it outside when I was weed eating and turned it loose. But the one that came in the house, I was like, kind of surprised. James, use borax powder. They take it back and kill the colony. That's true. I mean, that's true. I need to. That's a good idea. Give me both for that. Leonard, how's it going? Good afternoon, Leonard. Leonard, I did post. I sent you an email earlier. I sent you an email because you were asking about the key set that I used in Jade. You wanted a part number, I think. I think you commented on somebody else's comment, and I sent you a link, direct link, and I also posted a link on the video in the comment section. So, Iron Horse saying borax works for cockroaches too. Yep. James, let's see. If anything, I'm seeing a lot of spiders. Yeah. Plenty of those around. So, anyway, I know we're way off tangent here. We're just kind of talking. Why not? Just kind of hanging out. I started to, I talked about that little speaker that I had. I got from a company. They sent me the speaker. So I'm working on a little video for this because they wanted me to do a video. So I'm going to do a demonstration video on it. So far, it's actually pretty cool. So far. Little handy thing, right? But I'm doing a demonstration on it, and I still have one more segment probably to film, and then I'll be posting this maybe over the weekend. I'll post this little speaker video. But so far, it's been a cool little thing. What else was there? Oh, I did mention that I got the new windshield arrived from Auto City Classics. Now, I'm going to do some comparison between the original windshield and the one I got from Auto City Classics. I think it's only fair that I do that. When I was looking at the windshield and when I lifted it, I was like, this feels lighter. It feels a little bit lighter than the factory windshield. Well, I unboxed it, and then I took it and brought it in the shop. And so it's sitting on the bench in the back, and I unwrapped it, and I'm pretty confident that the factory windshield feels like it's almost a 1/4 inch thick. This looks thinner. So I'm going to do some measuring on that and verify. Not that it's probably going to make much difference, but it's just an observation. Because when we're looking at this stuff, obviously we try to get back to as close to original as we can. And if I don't know why there would be a reason why they would want to make unless it just save a little money, make it a hair thinner. I don't know. But I'm going to do a little video on that before I install it. But we'll see how that goes. Hopefully everything still works out with the gasket and everything. I have to take this phone call. Give me 1 minute. Sorry about that. Sometimes you have to take phone calls. All right, let's see who else we have here. Leonard says he got it. All right. Troy. Hi, Barry Gang. I'm late, but happy to be here. I'm glad you're here too, Troy. Appreciate you being here. Leonard, turned in my Fusion for an engine miss and water loss. They have to replace the engine. Oh, boy. That's, wow. I hope it's under warranty. Leonard. Dave must be a 428 Cobra on the line. No, it's not. Cooter was at the owner of the Brooklyn Pony calling to say he's paying you and picking up the car. I wish. I wish. That would be awesome. Crash Rider. No, that was actually, and I hope I get a follow up on this because maybe I shouldn't have answered that question. It was with the VA. I have to take care of some stuff with the VA. So, we'll figure it out. James, how's the 69 Mustang deal going? Well, so far it's not. I'm waiting on some more information. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a rush. I'm waiting on the person who contacted me to contact the other person and get some more information going and see what we can work out. But hopefully we'll find something out sooner than later. But it would be nice. It would be nice if we can figure that out. So anyway, as I was saying, we're going to go back to the windshield deal. I want to do a comparison on it, make sure that, it should be the same dimensions, I'm sure, except other than that little bit of thickness. Now, I know when I ordered that windshield, one of the options that they gave was, well, you can order it in different colors, right? You can order it in clear, smoke, and green. But they also offered a gasket option. I didn't take them up on the gasket because I already have a gasket, and it should be a Daniel Carpenter gasket, which I prefer anyway. So I hope it's not like something where they had their own specific gasket for that thickness of windshield. I can't see that being practical. I wouldn't think they'd have a special extruded glass, extruded piece of rubber made for that particular thickness. Now, there's also some cool things with that. I think somebody had asked me on Facebook or something about, or they'd mentioned about the car light, the branding of the windshield. Apparently, this company can do that. Like they can copy numbers and imprints or screen print, whatever they do to make it look like an original glass. I didn't do that. I wasn't worried about that. Not that critical in my opinion. But I think you have to call them up to make arrangements for that. It's not something you can just say, hey, I want one with the car light, logo on it or whatever. I think they want some more information so they can put dates on it. So I know that I think I showed it when I took the windshield out of this car. Down in the corner, there were some numbers written in the corner of the glass. Now, whether it's the actual original glass or not, I don't know. But there were some numbers written down on the bottom. It says you got a loaner and it's under warranty. Sweet. That's a good deal. James Hall, new glass is lighter, no road crime, no mirror bracket, and no sealant. Well, yeah, but I'm really thinking this new glass is overall thinner. I'm 99% sure. I didn't measure it yet, but I'm 99% sure that it's thinner than the factory piece. But I will do a comparison. I'll have them up side by side. And if you look at old glass, like inside of these cars or any old car, the side windows and everything, it was thick. It was really, really thick glass. Compared it to a new car, just about any new car, and it's like half the thickness. They realized that the glass didn't have to be that thick. Now, in this case, the windshield, I don't know what their standards were or how thick they were supposed to be, but I'm sure they've changed something over the last 50 years in that respect. In the old cars, everything was held in, like the front and rear glass basically held in with rubber gaskets, right? Modern cars, those things are glued in with butyl. They're urethane, glued with urethane, because it's technically part of the structure of the safety cell. These old cars, you could push a glass out with your feet. In new cars, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. But it's also, like I said, the modern cars around the A-pillar, part of the strength of that A-pillar actually is the glass being glued into it. That's why, like when we had the body shop, there's a lot of restrictions on what you can and can't do. You couldn't cut an A-pillar in half and weld a new piece in. That's not going to work. That'll get you in trouble. You can't have extra holes. You can't have less welds or more welds in a panel. You have to have the exact same number of welds, by law. Otherwise, you're liable. Same way with the windshield. When they're glued in, put in, they have to be glued in the same as the factory because it creates structure. It strengthens that A-pillar. A lot of people probably don't realize that or think about that, but that's really what it does. It adds strength to that A-pillar. So, James would love to see a video in glass compared. Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely do a video on it, because people are going to have questions, and it's good information to share. So we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, what else is going on? I haven't started on the dash cluster yet. I just haven't. I know that needs to happen, but I haven't started on it. I haven't pulled the carpet out of the box. Like I said, there's been a lot of stuff taking my attention away from the garage, and that's okay. That's okay, because I said it on Monday. I think I said it on Monday. I'm getting a little burned out on just trying to get things done right now on Jade. So it's okay to have those distractions and get take care of other things. Iron Horse, some of the cars from the 60s and 70s have a plastic in between the glass layers or something. Sometimes you find some that are cloudy looking. Yes, they all did. Even today's cars. They have a membrane in the windshield, they have a membrane. It's actually 3 pieces. Thin layer of glass, a plastic membrane, and a thick layer of glass. Now, they started doing that probably, probably 50s. I think they started doing that because if I'm not mistaken, I think Tucker actually came out with safety glass, that kind of safety glass. Because like the Model A, it just has basically plate glass in it. There's nothing safe about it at all. But I don't know what year they did the actual double layer with the plastic in between. I don't know when that started, but that's the way they're made today. They're still made that way today. And yes, they will fog up. They will fog. That's why I like any of the back glass or side glasses. If you took a snap punch and you went down in the corner and snapped it, you'll shatter the whole glass. But in the windshield, you'll just basically chip it, or maybe create a crack. Yeah, that's a lot of. I think a lot of rescue squads. They actually have like a snap punch. If they need to get a glass out of a car, they'll go to the snap punch and hit it and shatter the glass. Hello, Barry. My local Mustang shop tells me a car light replacement windshield is thinner. See? Yep. I know it's thinner. I know it's thinner. I just haven't measured it yet. Karsten is checking in. Good evening. Glad you're here, Karsten. Leonard, I've got to replace the windshield on the Torino, and I'll wait for your video on yours. Okay. Well, I will. Tomorrow, I should have. I'm 99% sure I'm going to do the video on the back glass that I will be putting in. I'll post that video. Now, I still haven't done the trim, but the glass is in the car. It was kind of funny. Roger was helping me put the glass in the back, and we started off, I think he was on the outside and I was on the inside. We started pulling the rope and getting the rubber, to come over the edge and everything. And I ended up, I said, let's switch places, put him on the inside. Because when I come outside, I mean, I'm smacking that thing. Glass, I'll say this, the tempered glass is really tough. It's really tough. I mean, I was smacking on it while he was pulling the rope, and that helped settle it in. But you can do that with the back glass. The front glass, not so much. Not so much. You're not going to want to, you can push on it, kind of massage it, and it'll actually flex a little. It will flex, but you can't go past that happy spot or you'll snap it. So, yeah, we'll do a video on the front. Richard, I missed out on hearing about the Mach 1 Mustang. What year is it? Motor Trends, etc. Always loved the 6970. Beautiful lines. Well, I had somebody contact me and let me know that they have a contact or a person who has a 69 428 Cobra Jet 4-speed car. Sitting. Been sitting for like 30 years. And he wants to sell it. And if I can figure out how to, I'll buy it. If I can. So that's what we're kind of working towards. I need some more information from him and see if we can't work this out. But if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, well, then I don't know. We'll see. Leonard, they started it back in the late 40s. Okay. That sounds reasonable. That does sound reasonable. But I think it was still, at that time, it was flat. I think it was still flat. So it was, because most cars in the 40s just had flat glass in them. I think it was, I don't know what year they started doing curved glass exactly, but a lot of the cars in the 40s just had flat glass. Dave, Ford actually introduced safety glass in 1919 after friends of his were injured in an accident. Didn't make it across the board until mid-60s. So there's a response from Dave. We'll go see how that plays out. Let's see. Jerry, in 1936, the vertically split windshield was introduced on GM cars. Yep. Yeah. And it was still flat, though. Still flat glass. Greg, hi, Barry. They start about 1967 with safety glass. Actually, I'm pretty. Um, I know the double layer glass went back into the 50s, and in this case, we have some, say 40s. Um, but I haven't kept up with that. Jerry, 1937, use of safety glasses finally mandated for all car models. Okay, so now in this case, when we're saying safety glass, was that a tempered glass or what? Because like I said, the glass that's in my Model A, it was just like plate glass, like you'd find in a store. I mean, kind of stuff. Um, if you broke that, it would create spears and jagged edges and all that stuff. The modern stuff, more modern stuff, is designed to turn to the popcorn, shatter, and turn into little chunks. But I know, gosh, because we got in trouble with this with my dad at the junkyard. When you're kids and there's a lot of cars around, and sometimes your siblings start doing something wrong, and you kind of follow suit. We used to occasionally smash windows out of cars. We'd get yelled at a lot for that. We only did it a few times. Jerry, the glass was a 3-layer. Okay, yeah. So again, glass, and some sort of membrane in between. And I don't know exactly. Like I said, there's different numbers we have. 36 for the vertically split windshield. 37 safety glass was mandated for all cars. And I don't know what the difference is when they say safety glass. Whether it was, I don't think it was. I don't know what that implies when you think about that, because like I said, the modern stuff, it'll shatter into little pieces. So now I think actually, now that you say that, I think they did have the laminated glass in the sides. I think they did have the laminated glass in the sides. You're right. Dave Conwell, believe it or not, there's a site for windshield info, including a history, windshieldexperts.com. Okay. Good to know. So if we have questions, now we can shortcut and go straight to windshieldexperts.com and just get the answers we need to know. Because we're here just speculating. But, well, some of us are. I know Jerry's looking stuff up, I'm sure. But you're right, Jerry. Yeah, the safety glass would have been the 3-layer stuff. Yeah. And the sides and all that stuff. I don't know what year the shatter glass exactly came about. I think my 55 Chevy had the layered glass in the sides. It feels like early 60s would have had more of the shatter glass, because whenever the cars started becoming curved, like 55 Chevy, it had flat windows except for the windshield. 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, all the way up into, gosh, early 60s. Yeah. Anyway. Leonard got busted for breaking the windshield of my mom's 57 Ford wagon. Yeah. Yeah, I remember there was an old school bus up in the corner of the junkyard. I mean, old school bus, like something from the 40s. And it was full of junk, whatever was in it. I don't know. But me and my brother, my 2 sisters, probably all of us under the age of 12, we just started picking up rocks and throwing them at the side windows on that school bus. I think we busted out most of them. Dad wasn't happy. Dave Conville saying, "Oh, slow day at work." Yep. Iron Horse Garage, heat, bug, glass. What's next? Well, we also talked about bread. I made some bread. You've missed that. Missed that part. Forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know what's next. I don't know what is next. But I'm trying to get my mind back on getting stuff done. getting stuff done. Another thing I'm dealing with, my younger son is trying to buy a car, so I'm trying to help him figure out that, get a loan and buy himself a car. He's never done that before. Doesn't owe anybody anything. Never had credit. So there's all kinds of stuff going on around the garage, let's say. But anyway, we have covered a lot of ground, and I think we're going to end up probably calling it a day here in a minute. I'm curious now about that windshield. I need to go measure it and figure that out. James, Barry, do you have a website for merchandise? On my videos, if you go and look in the underneath the video itself, you'll see a Teespring link. Teespring is where you can get all the shirts and stuff, or mugs, stuff like that. But hats, you have to email me, because I don't like the stuff that they sell on there. They're not embroidered. They're more of like a printed type of hat, and I'm not really a fan of that. These hats are made. The company that makes these is called The Game, and they're located in Georgia. And they're nicely stitched, reinforced. I have a variety of these. But anyway, if you're interested in a hat, you can email me. We can go from there. I can put emails at the bottom of the screen. But I handle the hats myself. So, Leonard, when's the drive-through opening? Yeah. I don't know. Terry Keithley, looking for a power antenna for a 78 XR7. Power antenna for a 78 XR7. Anyone out there have an idea for Terry on that power antenna? I wouldn't be able to tell you what models would fit that if I wanted to. Leonard, definitely want a new hat. Okay. Well, Leonard, send me an email. And we'll figure out which hat you want. Iron Horse says check eBay. Leonard says check Auto Crafters. So Terry Keithley, looks like maybe Auto Crafters. Dave, since it came up, went to buy a T-shirt, especially established 2011, and it wouldn't let me get anything but small. Is that an inventory issue or a computer issue? That sounds like a computer issue, or because I don't handle any. I mean, I don't know anything about the inventory of what they have. That seems odd. That seems really odd. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you on that. Louis Torino says check Hemmings Motor News on for the antenna. Maybe that's a good choice too. So there's some good answers there. Auto Crafters, eBay, and Hemmings. So if you haven't looked there, Terry, have a look and see what happens. This thing's acting weird. Anyway, Dave says we'll try again. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, because I just, I'd sent off. I talked about the error print shirts that I had, and they had said they would reprint them, and they did. The image was reprinted. James says Terry asked Jay Leno. Yeah. Rick, I just got here, a lot going on. Hope everyone is well. Yes. Terry, I want or would like NOS if possible. Okay. Hemmings Motor News might be your only choice then. I don't know. But check those resources. Cooter, I bought a t-shirt and the image was not set and mostly disappeared after a few washes. Really? I have not had that issue with any of my shirts that I've had. You need to, Cooter, you need to contact Teespring. You need to contact Teespring and tell them what's going on, because there's no way that should happen. There's no way that should happen, because I've had all these shirts I've worn them and washed them and haven't had any issues. So that sounds like a bad print. You may want. I would definitely contact Teespring and let them know. Seriously. Leonard, thumbs up. Yes. Louis Trevino, Gas Monkey. And we could ask Aaron Kaufman. Yeah. James says, Terry, find RX-7 Museum and ask them. Sounds like something I've never heard of. RX-7 Museum. Okay. All right. Well, all right. It's been right at about an hour. Luis Trevino says Rawlings has no NOS parts. Lots. Rawlings. So I don't know who Rawlings is, but Terry, there's another answer for you. Whitetail Garage grabbed up 67 Mustang that came with the DCI kit you installed on Brooklyn Honey. Why did that playlist end new to the channel? Oh, well, I'll tell you, since you're here and you're asking. I don't know. I was working on the car. That car's been here 4 years. And the owner, I don't know what's happened. I really don't know what's happened. I haven't talked talked to him in a year. Have not. And prior to that, I kept asking for parts and asking for parts and asking for parts, because that's the way he wanted to handle it. And I wasn't getting any parts. So that's why I just said, okay, fine. I quit working on it. Pushed it out of my way and been working on the green car, the Jade. So I don't know what's going on. And I don't know that I'm going to I doubt that I'm going to finish this car, because I'm not going to work on something I'm not, getting anything out of, because I still haven't been paid anything yet. And right now it's just taking up space in my garage. So I don't know what exactly is going on with that car. So sorry to hear that. I know there's plenty of information on those videos though. So I hope you found them useful. But guys, AWOL. I don't know. Louis Trevino says Richard Rawlings. Leonard, for some reason, adjustment sleeves can't be found for my Torino. Okay. Iron Horse, I don't know about Richard, but Aaron drove our race mower. See video for details. Well, I'll have to check that out. Whitetail, that's too bad. Was really looking forward to seeing it done, but totally get that. Yeah. Yeah, I just can't keep working on it. It's not working. James, you may own Brooklyn if owner passed away, God forbid. Yeah. I'd rather not own it. I'd rather get paid. Leonard says, don't get burned on it. Yeah, I won't. I've said it before. I was provided parts and materials and all that sort of thing, but I have many, many feet of welding wire in that car that I bought and paid for. And if I have to, I'll take it back. Just saying. Whitetail Garage, definitely. Yeah. Greg says, Barry, keep the car. Well, yeah, I could. I don't know. Rick, Brooklyn isn't far away. You want me to track him down for you? I'll do a good Joe Pesci impression when talking to him. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how much that would help, but anyway, all right. It's been an hour. I got to get back to work and doing some other things. Glad you all were here. We'll be back on Monday night at 7 and continue with conversations. But hope you have a good weekend, and hopefully the weather doesn't get too much worse than what it is. I know I could stand for a little drop in temperature. So, yeah, everybody's talking about putting a lien on. Oh, yeah, sorry. Hey, Dawn. Yeah, I'm getting ready to check out. Dawn says, or Leonard says, put a lien on it. Can you go to do the mechanics lien on it? I might have to. I may have to. Okay. All right. So we'll catch up with you on Monday. But until then, take care of yourselves. See ya.